I'm here with Stephen Rush, new inductee to the Guilford County Sports Hall of Fame. Stephen, first of all, congratulations on this great honor.
Thank you.
And I got to ask you this, go back to Greensboro Day School. All this going on in your career, would it still be the same without the guidance, leadership of a guy like Freddy Johnson? I know he means a lot to you. Did he help make all this happen, you think?
Yeah, it played a part. Whenever you can win 2 state championships, I'm sure it plays a role in you being able to, get into a selective committee like this right here with the Guilford County Hall of Fame. So definitely big kudos to Coach Johnson. Met him back in my days of playing AAU to end up coming over to Greensboro Day from Southwest Guilford High School.
From Southwest Guilford?
Middle school. I didn't quite make it to high school. I went to high school the whole time.
I got you. Now, I'd go back to Freddy Johnson. Back in early days, it was Thomas Roberts leading. Remember Thomas back in early days? Then you had guys like Kevin McCoy and Julian London. It was always like, in the beginning, Freddy do it like one man. Then he kind of needed 2 men because the competition got tougher. So you had a Batman and a Robin. Your Batman and Robin had to be, I'm thinking, Stephen Rush and KJ Garland.
You got it.
I had to get it right. You and KJ Garland were like Batman and Robin on that team.
No, absolutely, man. KJ, one of my best teammates all the time. Love playing with him. We played together the whole time throughout high school, throughout AAU. Even went to UNC-Asheville together as a package.
I thought you guys went there together.
Before I transferred out to A&T. But yeah, me and KJ, man, one of the best competitors I've ever played with. Very cerebral player, heck of a player. Worked just as hard as I did, so we were always able to push each other, and hopefully we can get him into this association as well.
What about that big man? I'm just throwing this out of the quiz. The big man that came to Asheville that time, the guy was about 7'5". Did you guys play with him?
So Kenny George, KJ got a chance to play with Kenny. Kenny came during my sophomore year.
Big Kenny.
So it was his red shirt year. Yeah, 7'6". I think he wore about a 26 shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely remember Kenny George, absolutely. But KJ actually played with him.
With Kenny George.
It was his red shirt year, my last year at Asheville there. But I got a chance to practice with him and things like that.
What about you? So you leave Asheville, go to NC-A&T. How did that change your college basketball career? How did that change the way you approached your game?
Oh, it changed everything. So when I was at Asheville, just felt like I wasn't getting the same opportunities that my play dictated. Had a great experience up there under Coach Biedenbach and some of the other coaches that were around there. But coming back to A&T, they really just gave me kind of the keys to the ship, and things went very well. Ended up being ranked nationally in 3-pointers made. We had a lot of success. They ended up being ranked mid-major. I think one year I was 3rd in the nation in threes, broke a lot of their records in 3-pointers, and just brought the excitement back. But a big reason why I transferred back as well is my mom actually played basketball there after leaving T. Wingate Andrews. She actually went in the Andrews Hall of Fame last year.
Wow.
For her time as track and basketball. And then she went on to A&T, who gave her a scholarship. A lot of people don't know, but my mom had me at 15 years old. So I actually remember her playing in high school and in college. And so back in the 80s when A&T was winning everything on the men and women's side, she was a part of that team. So I wanted to really bring that energy back to A&T, and had some success in doing so.
Who was coaching A&T when you were there? Who's the coach?
Jerry Eaves. He played at Louisville in that national championship team. That beat UCLA in 1980. He was my coach there 2 years that I was there.
And so 2 years at A&T, knocking it out there. And your mom, you said, was very much involved in basketball and track. I think the whole Rush family, you have a sister or some kind of cousin relative. All you guys are track kind of people, aren't you?
Yeah. So my cousin, Kristen, a lot of people think we're siblings, but we're actually first cousins. Her dad and my mother are siblings. And she ran track at A&T. She broke a lot of records at Greensboro Day as well on the track side. I think she might have won the state 2 or 3 times. So you ask her, she'd tell you she's a better athlete than me. And I don't know that I could argue with her in some cases.
Did you do track?
I didn't really do track. I messed around with it, but basketball was my main thing.
So when basketball
football would have been, but Greensboro Day didn't have football.
Right. So when basketball season's over, Greensboro Day, you went right to the AAU circuit then.
Working out in AAU. Yep,
travel.
Exactly
Did you have some pretty good AAU coaches too?
Absolutely. Well, I was fortunate enough to one of our assistant coaches at Greensboro Day. His name was Steve Shelton.
Oh yeah.
He was actually the AAU coach as well, and we had a lot of success in AAU. We actually won the 2002 national title. And so that was a lot of fun playing on that team with guys like Carmelo Anthony, Raymond Feltman, Rashad McCants, David Noel, P.J. Tucker, who's in the NBA. But the list goes on and on and on. We had a lot of fun on that team. And,
all those guys that were on that team.
We were all on that team. They used to have something at the Spears Y in the back. They had a Gators gym, and they had a lot of memorabilia up there. I don't know if it's still there or not.
That's back in the day when Vic Sapp was still around.
That's exactly right.
Vic was around then up against those guys here. So some great AAU teams, and gosh, football. You love football too, it sounds like.
I did. Unfortunately, Greensboro Day didn't have football, but when I was coming out of middle school, I probably was just as good at football football as I was basketball, but obviously we ended up going the basketball route. Greensboro, they didn't have a team, so we never got a chance to see how good I would have been. But with a last name like Rush, it kind of fits with football, right?
Were you a ball carrier? Were you a runner?
I played wide receiver, kick return, punt return, safety, and then I played linebacker depending on what formation we were in on defense.
A little bit
Sometimes
of
we did a two-headed safety monster, and I'd be that second safety. Sometimes we did a one-head safety monster, and then I just played the outside linebacker role. But I loved it.
How about some of those Southwest Guilford High School coaches kind of wish they could have had Stephen Rush on that team?
Absolutely.
Over there?
I got a couple of my classmates that I grew up with from Southwest that are actually here tonight. We talk about that all the time. Had I never left, what could have been. But nevertheless, I'm very happy with the success I had at Greensboro Day. Like I said, we won 2 state championships, won a national championship in AAU, and I mean it doesn't really get much better than that when you're cutting down the nets at the end of the year.
No doubt.
I think we won 2 Little 4 championships here as well. They call it the HACO now.
Right.
That was a lot of fun playing in front of this Coliseum, and it's just bringing back memories. I was getting chills almost as I was getting ready to come in tonight, because I hadn't really been in this area since high school when we used to play in that Little 4 tournament. So it's a lot of fun to reflect on some of those good memories from back in the day.
When you finished up with college, you go and play in the pros?
I did. So I got a chance to play in Germany, a city called Nuremberg. So I played for a team, Frankenhesse, under Bamberg Baskets while I was in Germany. Made second team all Germany that year. And then I played the next year in Liverpool, England for a team called Everton Tigers. A lot of people know them as a soccer club, which they have a really good program as well. But they got a basketball team as well. But I ended up getting hurt, and that really was the end of my career playing professional.
What position did you play? Point guard or 2 guard?
I'm mostly known for playing 2 guard, but as I continue to get older, I play more combo, so it kind of depended on what the moment required.
Right.
But when I got overseas, it was definitely more point guard than it was shooting guard. But I could fill that thing up. I could score. I could shoot it. And so a lot of times my coaches would be like, you know what? You just get down there. We'll set some screens for you. We'll get you the ball. You just put the ball in the hole. And I had a lot of success doing that both in high school, college, and at the pro level.
Just find some openings. Give you a chance. I think part of what you're doing here today, too, in the Guilford County Sports Hall of Fame is a lot of space on your basketball skill. I think part of it, too, maybe your academic accomplishments. You went on to, like, pharmacy school, right?
I did. So high school, college, and in pharmacy school, I graduated all 3 with a 3.5, ironically.
Wow.
And so, definitely blessed and fortunate when I got done with my playing career. I did what I needed. I was a chemistry undergrad major and graduated magna cum laude from A&T from there. And then when I got done playing, I knew I would do something with medicine more than likely. And it fell my lot to apply to pharmacy school. I was able to get into a college called Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Still very involved with them as well. I actually sit on the Dean's Advisory Board there right now. And so definitely still active in helping a lot of my colleagues that I grew up playing with who at that retirement age now get ready to make whatever transition they're going to make into whatever profession. But pharmacy's been a great profession for me so far. I've been in it since 2015 and just been blessed.
And where you living now, are you actually a pharmacist now?
I am. So now I'm a pharmacist. I'm in what's called the U.S. Public Health Service. It's a branch of the military that a lot of people aren't familiar with. They really call it uniform service. So most people, if I say the U.S. Surgeon General, they know he wears a uniform. They don't know what branch of service that is.
Right.
But that's actually our branch of service. So I'm a lieutenant commander of 04 there, hoping to make 05 pretty soon. So we'll see if I'm able to promote. But definitely love serving my country in that capacity and giving back to underserved communities.
Stephen Rush, you've covered a lot of territory over the years, haven't you?
Absolutely.
And
I'm not shy on ambition.
You didn't get to do much of track. You sure did a lot of running around. You did
I know, right?
Covered a lot of territory.
I know, right? We may need to go back and add that to the resume as well, huh?
When you were young, you were a sprinter. You kind of became a marathon runner, covered all this ground you covered over the years, a lot of miles.
I've been blessed, been fortunate, got a great family. Again, my mom was always my biggest motivation, able to push me in every area. Most people notice, obviously, the athletics because that's what looks good. But behind the scenes, you got to definitely get it done academically. But being able to have a mother like I have who always pushed me, and her parents, my grandparents as well, and honestly, my whole family, my aunts, uncles, I grew up kind of like everybody's child. So they get a lot of this recognition just like me. And a lot of my friends that, always been around, pushing me, supporting me, kept me out of trouble, things of that sort. And I just can't say enough good things about my village.
And really, it's interesting that you mentioned your mother. She was 15 years old when you had her. When she had you, she was 15.
Yeah.
And then, like, you go to her college games and her high school games just as a kid, watching your mom playing high school and college sports. It's amazing.
It is.
It's a tribute to her for sure.
Yeah, and it's ironic to be able to remember so much of that stuff. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And also at Greensboro Day, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out Keith Gatlin. He was one of the assistant coaches while I was there. Major role in me being able to play college basketball with the way he pushed me, as well as Kevin Graves. Both of them will be here tonight as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. Kevin was actually who I coached the AAU team with, and we went on to the national title game and lost in 2012, and they went again in 2013 with the Carolina Diamonds. was a local-based team, and they had the likes of the Bam Adebayos and Dennis Smith Jr. and Seventh Wood, so we had a phenomenal squad. And unfortunately, DeAndre just passed away this past weekend, but he was actually on that team as well, DeAndre Overton. And I just hate to hear the news. Broke my heart, as you could imagine. It's just some of the senseless crimes that goes on in the area. But his family's went our thoughts and prayers as well.
Well, listen, congratulations to the Guilford County Sports Hall of Fame. We'll let you go join the others right now. Excellent job, what you did.
Thank you, sir.
Tribute to your mom and all the work you've done, Stephen.
That's it. Aggie Pride. Got it.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
It.